This graph shows the average price per square foot on Dubai Islands. As you can see, developers are actively driving prices up, and now the average one-bedroom apartment costs $600,000. But what if I told you there is a new development that will give you the opportunity to invest in a one-bed for 55% less? And at the same time, there is an exceptionally unique project where one-beds are priced 25% higher than that. So in today's video, I'll show you both the best and the cheapest projects, assess their potential returns, and tell you why this might be the last opportunity for many investors to grab a different property at this price level. Starting with the best project. To qualify as the best, this project should have its strongest location, a high level of uniqueness, and be fairly priced. And in terms of location, we haven't seen anything this strong before. Let me show you. This is Dubai Islands. So far, projects have only been available on two islands, Island A and Island B. In total, Island A will have 35,000 units, Island B around 6,000. That's a huge difference in population density, which has two main consequences. First, Island B will provide a better residential experience. Second, investors there will have less competition. And in any beachfront area, the strongest spots are on the front row of the beach. On Island B, beaches are here and here. This area will be occupied by villas by a hill, and along this coastline, the strongest project is here. Three reasons for that. First, it's in the open bay, meaning better water and better swimming experience compared to the plots on the canal. Second, the apartment building here will have the best views on the island, open bay in front and golf courses on the right. By the way, the contractor for the golf course has already been selected and construction has started. Third, look at this construction site. This is Rixos, a luxury hotel brand, and here most of the plots are hotel plots. This makes the project we're discussing a super strong candidate for Airbnb rentals. Tourists will quickly understand the value of the property when the description says it's on the front row of the beach right next to Rixos. And the project that will be built on this exact spot is super unique. And before we tell you about that, I want to quickly remind you that we can help you get a unit in this or any other project on Dubai Islands. My firm has exceptional expertise in this area. For all of our clients, we shortlist the properties that meet their goals. We analyze them based on facts and data and help you prioritize. Then, thanks to the amazing relationships we have with developers here, we help you secure the best possible unit. And when it's handed over, we'll rent it out or sell it for you. You can get our help including all consultations absolutely free. Just drop us a message on WhatsApp or leave your phone number on our website. The QR code is here and the link is below the video. Now let's get back to the best project on the islands. My partner Andrei went to the developer's office to show you all the details and explain why it's one of a kind.
I'm in the developer's office right now to tell you about the concept, the most unique units and pricing. It's a mid-rise 7-story building with amenities on the rooftop. Residents will get a front view of the bay and panoramic golf course views from the opposite island. The building's beach is right in front of the building, literally at the doorstep. But it's not just any beach, it's a private beach, meaning no one but the residents of this building will be allowed to use it, and there won't be many residents. This project has just around 120 units in total. This means competition for reselling and renting out will always be low, and investors will have leverage. Most of the units are apartments, and I'll share the details on them soon. But first, let me tell you about two unit types that are exceptionally unique. First, the penthouse. It's a huge 2-story, 12,500 square foot apartment on the top floor. There are 5 bedrooms, a private gym, a massage room, a steam room, and even an ice room, a private elevator, a spiral staircase, and the main feature, a huge panoramic infinity pool. Penthouses like this are not just amazing places to live, they are great investments. We have a separate video about that, but here a small piece of data that shows why beachfront penthouses makes a lot of investment sense. In Shoreline on the Palm, an average one-bedroom apartment grew by 67% since 2022. But an average penthouse on Shoreline grew by 166%. In MR beachfront between 2019 to 2024, Sunrise Bay grew by 53% on average, but a penthouse there increased in value by 147%. The second unique unit type is a sky villa. There are just 3 of them, and this is an exceptionally rare concept. Every sky villa has a basement, a private lobby, and 4 stories, a private elevator, and its own rooftop swimming pool with a private garden. Each of them is priced at 27 million dirhams or $7.3 million for the size of 7,000 square feet. Now, let's talk about the starting prices for other units. One-bedroom apartment starts from $700,000, two-bedroom plus maid from $1.1 million, and three-bedroom plus maid $2.6 million. For the payment plan, it's 50-50. 50% during the construction and 50% on handover. This is already very flexible, but the payment schedule during construction is even more. So the down payment is 10%. In the first year, you pay 20%. In the second year, you pay another 15%, and in the third year, you pay the final 5%. I'll pass it back to Jay to break down how competitive these prices really are.
Okay, let's take a closer look at pricing. A one-bedroom apartment in this new project starts at 2.6 million dirhams for around 730-750 square feet, which is about 3.5 thousand dirhams per square foot. That's about $950. That's higher than previous projects in the first beach row, isn't it? Let's check. In Imtiaz Beach Walk Grand, not on the first beach row but quite close to the beach, similar units were selling for around 2.6 thousand dirhams per square foot. In Elton Cove, around 2.8 thousand. In Rana Residences, around 2.9 thousand. And in Shawak, they reached 3.1 thousand dirhams. So 3.5 thousand in this project is the highest. But that's only until the next project launches. The point is, there are fewer and fewer plots with direct beach access, so prices are consistently going up with every new launch, and those who invest now will benefit from future growth. To estimate the growth potential of this project, we need to look at the prices of similar-rated properties in Dubai. The thing is, there aren't many. The closest comparison would probably be Ellington Beach House on Palm Jumeirah. It's a boutique building on the first beach row with a private beach and great quality. The price per square foot comparison is on your screen. Ellington Beach House is priced up to 2 times higher than the project we are talking about, and this difference illustrates the growth potential. It's unrealistic to expect the value to grow this much overnight though. Dubai Islands is still the early stage, but because there are so few similar properties, this gives us an idea of what the appreciation could be. Alright, and there is one more project I want to discuss today, and it's in a completely different price category. The starting price for a one-bedroom apartment is $240,000 for the smallest units, which are around 445 square feet. There are also slightly larger one-bedrooms for $330,000, which are around 505 square feet. These one-beds are so small they're almost studio-sized. And counterintuitively, this gives you a competitive advantage. The most budget-cautious tourists will be looking for the smallest, most affordable units. However, there are almost no small units on Dubai Islands. Nahil, the master developer, has restrictions regarding the sizes and types of apartments. As a result, small units are scarce. Let's also do a quick price comparison. In Wynwood by Imtiaz, which is a higher-end project, a one-bedroom is $545,000 for 725 square feet, coming to $730 per square foot. But in the project we're discussing now, it's just $655 per square foot. Azizi Wassel Studios started for $135,000 for 325 square feet, and the price per square foot is more than twice of the project we're talking about. Even the smallest units in today's project are 445 square feet. So they're much bigger than Wassel Studios, but nearly half the price. That's why this project stands out. It's cheaper in absolute price, and even when you break it down to price per square foot, it's more affordable than the competition. This might imply that something is wrong with the location. So let's check it out. This project is located on Island A, the main island, right here in this spot. It's about 15 minutes from the future mall. The hospital and school are supposed to be around 5 minutes away, but the exact plots haven't been confirmed yet, and the marina is just 5-minute walk away. The beach is across the road, but these plots will be occupied by hotels, so it's more like 20-25 minutes to the public beach. The interesting part is that this project will also be near Rixos. It doesn't have direct beach access, but you can still use the proximity to hotel plots to attract more short-term renters. Such units usually become quite lucrative rental properties. We estimate that a 500 square feet apartment in this complex should generate around $23,000 to $30,000 per year, depending on whether you rent it out short-term or long-term. These numbers can definitely grow higher as the area develops, but even now the rent-to-price ratio will be 7 to 9%, which is really decent. In cases like this, one big question remains. Is this building constructed by a reliable developer? It's almost impossible to get a rare, low-priced unit built by a huge reputable developer. And in this case, the developer is new to the Dubai market. That basically explains the price. So we did a deep dive in their history to assess how high the risks are. Even though they're new to Dubai, this developer has a proven track record in their home country. Their first official project was completed in 2018. The next development was delivered on schedule in 2022. Then they completed a villa project and 2 more in 2024. These last 2 were seafront properties just 30 meters apart, one delivered on time, the other with a 6-month delay. We visited these projects ourselves. On screen you can see what they look like and get an idea of the quality. They're both apart hotels with large windows, bright interiors and balconies in every unit. All standard for new developments in Dubai. They also came up with a hanging storage idea that's quite useful in smaller units. The build quality was alright in every unit we visited, but they are not high-end projects. We did notice minor imperfections, like rough finishing in some parts, but these units have also been in use for nearly a year, so some issues could be due to tenants rather than the developer. Demand for these buildings is high. When we visited, there were only 2 empty units. A day later, there were none, so occupancy is high. We also checked the reviews. The occasional negative feedback is typically about checking the service and missing supplies, but there are other reviews describing the opposite experience, praising the staff and cleanliness. So, no red flags. And these aspects aren't fully relevant, as the Dubai Islands building won't be serviced. The most important aspect is build quality, and it gets strong feedback. Residents also mention details like modern elevators and the convenience of the cafes and restaurants downstairs. So among other newcomers currently building in the Dubai Islands, this developer is above average for sure. If you want to identify which project is right for you and need our help securing an excellent unit on Dubai Islands or anywhere else in the UAE, drop us a message. But if you first want to learn more about Dubai Islands as an area, check out this video.